The story begins with a girl named Soo-Ah. She is busy practicing for her dance competition. Suddenly, her father, Lee Jong, walks into the room and starts teaching her some special dance moves. But Soo-Ah does not like the moves at all and quickly sends her dad out of the room. After that, we meet their cat Young, who spends the entire day staring at cats on television. Lee Jong tells the cat to stop watching so much TV or it will ruin its eyes. Then he walks away. But only moments later, an emergency news broadcast suddenly appears on television. The report says that a mysterious zombie virus has spread across the entire world. The news shows infected people biting others and running around like maniacs. Within moments, panic spreads throughout the entire city. The next morning, Soo-Ah notices something strange outside. Their neighbor is behaving oddly with her husband. At first, Soo-Ah thinks they might just be dancing. But in the very next moment, something horrifying happens. The woman suddenly bites her own husband. She has already turned into a zombie. Seeing this, Lee Jong quickly pulls Soo-Ah downstairs before the zombie woman can come after them. But the infected woman reaches their house and starts smashing against the window violently. Lee Jong tells Soo-Ah, "Go hide in your room right now." After dealing with the zombie, he rushes back to his daughter. He soon realizes that the situation outside is completely out of control. All around the world, people are turning into zombies. To protect his daughter, Lee Jong decides to take Soo-Ah to the police station. But the moment they step outside, he realizes they are already too late. Almost every human around them has turned into a zombie. People are attacking each other like wild animals. Seeing the chaos, Lee Jong tells Soo-Ah, "We need to go to Grandma's house. That is the only place where we might still be safe." To survive, both father and daughter pretend to act like zombies so they can escape unnoticed. At first, the zombies do not recognize them as humans. But after a short time, the infected suddenly realize the truth and the entire horde attacks them at once. During the attack, one zombie even bites Lee Jong. But luckily, he survives because the zombie had fake teeth. After escaping, Lee Jong hides Soo-Ah in a safe spot and tells her, "Stay here until I come back with a car." Then he goes out alone, fighting through crowds of zombies while searching for a working vehicle. Eventually, he manages to find one and returns to pick up Soo-Ah. For a brief moment, Lee Jong finally feels relieved. But suddenly, he notices that Soo-Ah has become strangely quiet. Filled with fear, he slowly lifts her arm and freezes in shock. Her skin has turned pale gray, and deep bite marks are visible all over her arm. While Soo-Ah had been hiding alone, a small zombie child attacked her. The virus spreads incredibly fast, and right before Lee Jong's eyes, Soo-Ah slowly begins transforming into a flesh-eating zombie. Seeing this completely destroys him inside. He does not know what to do anymore. The moment Soo-Ah fully transforms, she suddenly lunges at him. With no other choice left, Lee Jong immediately knocks her down and tightly straps her into the car using a seatbelt. Somehow, he manages to bring her to his mother's house in the countryside. When Grandma sees the car arriving, she happily says, "Looks like my son and granddaughter are finally home." But after entering the house, Lee Jong breaks down and tells her, "Soo-Ah has turned into a zombie. I did not know what else to do, so I brought her here." While they're trying to handle the situation, a government announcement suddenly appears on television. The broadcast reveals that scientists are working on a cure that could turn zombies back into humans. Hearing this gives Lee Jong a small spark of hope. The very next day, he takes Soo-Ah to the hospital for treatment. But the scene at the hospital terrifies him. The entire place is in complete chaos. More and more people are turning into zombies every second. Suddenly, the military arrives and starts shooting every zombie on sight without hesitation. Realizing that Soo-Ah will be killed if anyone discovers her condition, Lee Jong immediately takes her back home. Once they return, he tells his mother that he will personally end Soo-Ah's suffering. Outside the house, he begins digging a grave, preparing himself to bury his own daughter. But the moment he looks at Soo-Ah's innocent face, he completely breaks down in tears. Old memories begin flooding back into his mind. Her laughter, her innocence, her smile. Lee Jong tells his mother, "I cannot kill Soo-Ah. Maybe someday they will find a cure and my daughter can become normal again." But while they are talking, Soo-Ah suddenly escapes from the house. Terrified that she might hurt someone, Lee Jong rushes out to search for her. He looks everywhere, but cannot find her no matter how hard he tries. Then he remembers something important. Whenever Soo-Ah visited this village as a child, she always loved going to an old abandoned cabin nearby. Thinking she might be there, Lee Jong and his mother head toward the cabin. When they arrive, they are shocked to find Soo-Ah quietly sitting inside. Lee Jong cannot believe it. If she is really a zombie, then how does she still remember this place? He wonders. At that moment, he makes a decision. "I will bring my daughter back no matter what. She is not dead. Her mind is just trapped somewhere deep inside." To test his theory, he plays Soo-Ah's favorite song. The moment the music starts playing, Soo-Ah slowly begins dancing. Tears of happiness fill Lee Jong's eyes. He realizes that somewhere deep inside, his daughter is still alive. From that moment on, he decides he will never kill her. Instead, he will dedicate his life to curing her. After returning home, Lee Jong begins researching everything he can about the zombie virus. During his research, he discovers a theory from scientists claiming that if a zombie can regain its human memories, the brain may slowly become active again and the infected person could possibly recover. Hearing this gives both Lee Jong and his mother new hope. From that day forward, Lee Jong decides to train Soo-Ah every single day so she can slowly become human again. At first, the process is extremely difficult. He carefully feeds her food little by little while trying to teach her basic human behavior. During this time, Lee Jong's old friend Jombi suddenly arrives at the house. Jombi explains that he had also been living in the city, but after the zombie outbreak spread everywhere, he was forced to return to the village. He came to check on his old friend after hearing rumors about the chaos. However, the moment Jombi sees Soo-Ah in her zombie state, he immediately realizes that Lee Jong and his mother are secretly hiding her from the government. Pretending everything is normal, Jombi quietly steps outside and tries to call the police. But Lee Jong stops him and desperately explains, Soo-Ah is not completely gone. She still remembers things. She is changing. Grandma also comes outside and begs Jombi to understand the situation. The three of them spend the entire night talking. Eventually, Jombi finally understands why Lee Jong is risking everything for Soo-Ah. Since Jombi used to be a doctor, he already knew about the theory that recovered memories could weaken the zombie virus. Even so, he warns Lee Jong, for everyone's safety, you should take Soo-Ah somewhere far away from the village before someone finds out. Meanwhile, Grandma carefully bathes Soo-Ah and puts her to sleep like a normal child. Later that night, Lee Jong tells his mother that Jombi wants them to leave the village or he may eventually report everything to the authorities. Because of this fear, Lee Jong cannot sleep all night. But the next morning, Jombi returns with a completely different attitude. He tells Lee Jong that he has decided to keep their secret. Until a vaccine is created, he wants to help them cure Soo-Ah together. Soon after, Lee Jong takes Soo-Ah to a deserted beach far away from other people. The isolated location becomes the perfect place for her training and recovery. The first thing they try teaching her is simple. You must never bite humans. In the beginning, the training is almost impossible. Soo-Ah constantly struggles against her zombie instincts. But slowly, small improvements begin to appear. During one training session, Lee Jong notices something important. Whenever Soo-Ah hears the sound of a whistle, she immediately stops moving aggressively and becomes calm. From then on, whenever she loses control, Lee Jong blows the whistle and Soo-Ah instantly settles down. Encouraged by this progress, the three of them continue teaching her new behaviors every day. They explain that she not only needs to stop attacking humans, but also learn how to react and behave like a normal person again. Lee Jong even feeds her cooked meat, so she can slowly lose her craving for raw flesh. Month after month passes during this training. Every single day, Lee Jong takes pictures of Soo-Ah and places them inside a diary. Under each picture, he carefully writes down every small improvement he notices. After nearly 8 months of non-stop effort, a miracle finally happens. Soo-Ah learns to say a single word, Papa. Hearing that word becomes the happiest moment of Lee Jong's life. By now, Soo-Ah has become completely calm. She no longer attacks anyone, and has even learned how to greet people by saying hello. Still, Grandma points out one major problem. Even though Soo-Ah is improving, she still looks like a zombie. She suggests using makeup to help Soo-Ah appear more human. To buy makeup supplies, Lee Jong visits a nearby store. There, he unexpectedly runs into his old ex-girlfriend Kim, who is still single after all these years. The two spend a long time talking and catching up. During their conversation, Lee Jong tells her that Soo-Ah is now his entire world and the most important person in his life. But when Kim asks if she can meet Soo-Ah someday, Lee Jong quickly changes the subject. He cannot risk letting Kim discover the truth about Soo-Ah. That night, while Lee Jong and Jombi are drinking together, Kim suddenly arrives again. This time, Jombi lies to her by saying Soo-Ah has mental health problems, so she behaves differently from normal children. That is why Lee Jong does not let many people meet her. Kim then opens up about her own painful past. She reveals that the person she loved most was bitten by a zombie during the outbreak and eventually transformed. She was forced to kill him herself. Because of that tragedy, Kim developed a deep hatred for zombies. She explains that she has personally hunted and killed over 100 zombies since the outbreak began. Hearing this terrifies Lee Jong. He realizes that if Kim ever discovers the truth about Soo-Ah, she could become extremely dangerous. Later, when he returns home, he notices that Kim has even received a government award for reporting and killing the highest number of zombies. From that moment on, Lee Jong becomes determined to never let Kim learn Soo-Ah's secret. One day, Lee Jong comes across an old photograph of Soo-Ah taken at an amusement park. The moment he sees it, he remembers how much Soo-Ah used to love that place. Hoping it might awaken more of her memories, he asks Jombi to help him take Soo-Ah there. But when they arrive at the house to pick her up, they are shocked to find Kim already there without warning. Lee Jong immediately panics, afraid she might discover Soo-Ah's secret. He quickly makes excuses and distracts Kim by taking her outside before she notices anything unusual. Before leaving for the amusement park, Grandma carefully applies makeup to Soo-Ah's face, making her look almost completely human. Jombi also creates a disguise for himself, so nobody becomes suspicious of them. Soon, the three quietly arrive at the amusement park and begin enjoying the rides together. Lee Jong recreates all the activities Soo-Ah loved doing as a child. He hopes the memories will help bring her mind back. But despite all their effort, Soo-Ah still does not seem to remember anything. Then suddenly, Jombi receives an important message on his phone. The message reveals that scientists have finally developed a vaccine capable of turning zombies back into humans. Hearing this news fills both Lee Jong and Jombi with happiness and relief. But before they can celebrate, Soo-Ah suddenly wanders away into a crowded area of the park. Terrified, Lee Jong runs after her. However, instead of attacking anyone, Soo-Ah calmly returns while holding a small toy snake, just like she used it during childhood. This small moment proves that more of her human memories are slowly returning. Meanwhile, back at Lee Jong's house, Kim finally uncovers the truth. During her previous visit, she secretly noticed a photograph of Soo-Ah. Now she realizes that Lee Jong has been hiding a zombie child this entire time. Furious, Kim prepares to call the military immediately. But before she can do it, Grandma stops her and reveals the full truth. Grandma explains, Soo-Ah is not actually my son's biological daughter. She is the daughter of my own daughter, which means she is Lee Jong's niece. She continues explaining that Soo-Ah's mother died in a terrible accident years ago, while Soo-Ah's real father abandoned her after taking all the insurance money. Since then, Lee Jong raised Soo-Ah as his own child and never once told her the truth about her real parents. Shocked, Kim asks, so Lee Jong never got married because of this? Grandma nods and replies, yes. He sacrificed his own happiness to raise Soo-Ah. After hearing the entire story, Kim's anger slowly disappears. She finally understands why Lee Jong has risked everything to protect Soo-Ah, and she agrees to keep the secret hidden. Later, when Lee Jong returns home with Soo-Ah, Grandma gives him another worrying update. The villagers have started asking questions about why Soo-Ah never attends school. If they continue hiding her, people will eventually grow suspicious. Since Kim works as a teacher at the local school, she offers to personally help Soo-Ah blend in with the other children. The next day, Soo-Ah arrives at school wearing full makeup, so nobody notices her zombie appearance. Unfortunately, some of the children begin making fun of her strange behavior. During recess, one child accidentally throws a ball that hits Soo-Ah directly. Because her zombie body is extremely fragile, she falls to the ground awkwardly, and part of her facial structure shifts unnaturally. The children become terrified. To calm the situation, Lee Jong quickly buys gifts for all the students and tells them, "It was just an accident. Please forget about what you saw." After receiving the gifts, the children slowly warm up to Soo-Ah and eventually become her friends. When school ends, Soo-Ah even waves goodbye to them while smiling. Watching this moment fills Lee Jong with pride. He happily says, "My daughter made friends on her very first day." That evening, Lee Jong and Kim go out together for dinner. While talking about Soo-Ah, they slowly realize that their old feelings for each other still remain. Back at home, Soo-Ah and Grandma spend the evening happily playing games together. But suddenly, someone knocks on the front door. When Grandma opens it, she freezes in shock. Standing outside is Soo-Ah's real father, returning after many years. He coldly says, "I know Soo-Ah has turned into a zombie." He explains that all the insurance money he once stole has finally run out, and now the government is offering a huge reward for capturing Soo-Ah because she has become the last surviving zombie. He reveals that a video of Soo-Ah has already gone viral online, exposing her existence to the entire country. He continues, "The government has already killed every other zombie. Soo-Ah is the only one left alive. If I hand her over, I will receive 100 million won." Before Lee Jong can return home, the man kidnaps Soo-Ah and drives away with her tied up in the back seat. Realizing what happened, Lee Jong desperately takes a shortcut and manages to block the man's car on the road, forcing him to stop. The moment Lee Jong sees Soo-Ah tied up helplessly in the vehicle, he rushes toward her. But suddenly, the man attacks him and knocks him to the ground. Watching her father being beaten triggers Soo-Ah's protective instincts. She completely loses control, transforms back into a savage zombie, and attacks the man violently. After being bitten, the man also turns into a zombie. With no other choice left, Lee Jong is forced to kill him. Afterward, Lee Jong brings Soo-Ah back home. He tells everyone, "The video has spread everywhere. We cannot stay here anymore. We need to leave tonight before the military finds us." As morning arrives, Lee Jong and Soo-Ah quietly prepare to leave the village forever. But Grandma suddenly says, "I'm coming with both of you." Lee Jong smiles softly and replies, "We will leave together later. First, take this letter and deliver it to Kim and Jombi." Trusting him completely, Grandma takes the letter and leaves the house. The moment she disappears from sight, Lee Jong secretly escapes with Soo-Ah. While walking through the village, Grandma suddenly notices dozens of military vehicles surrounding their home. She immediately realizes that Lee Jong used the letter as a distraction to protect everyone else. Even after understanding the truth, Grandma, Kim, and Jombi all return to the house together. By then, the military has already destroyed most of the property while searching for Soo-Ah. When the soldiers question Grandma, she simply says, "I do not know where they went." Meanwhile, Lee Jong and Soo-Ah manage to reach a small, isolated island far away from civilization. For a brief moment, it feels like they may finally escape. But only a short time later, military forces completely surround the island from every direction. There is nowhere left to run. At first, Lee Jong desperately tries negotiating with the military commander. He says, "Please do not hurt my daughter. You can imprison me for the rest of my life if you want, but spare her." Deep down, he knows he cannot fight against the military. Even so, he refuses to abandon Soo-Ah no matter what happens. Realizing there is no escape left, Lee Jong makes one final heartbreaking decision. He looks directly at Soo-Ah and says, "Bite me too. Then I will become a zombie like you, and we can stay together until the end." Soo-Ah stares into her father's eyes as if she fully understands his feelings. Tears slowly form in her eyes. Then, with deep sadness, she bites him. At that exact moment, the military breaks through the door and opens fire. Several bullets hit Lee Jong, causing him to collapse onto the ground. The moment Soo-Ah sees her father fall, she begins crying uncontrollably. She screams, "Papa!" over and over again while holding him tightly. The military commander becomes completely shocked. He has never seen a zombie cry before. He immediately orders his soldiers to stop shooting. Looking at Soo-Ah, he says, "This girl is not a monster. No zombie could ever show emotions like this." Before that day, he had never witnessed an infected person behave with such human emotion. In front of him, Soo-Ah continues crying for her father like a normal child. At that moment, the commander finally understands that there is still humanity inside her. Because of this, he decides to spare both Soo-Ah and Lee Jong. 3 months later, Soo-Ah finally wakes up inside a hospital room. By now, she has completely recovered. The vaccine created for the zombie virus successfully cured her entirely. The first thing Soo-Ah asks after regaining consciousness is, "Where's Papa?" She is told that Lee Jong has remained in a coma ever since he was shot, and nobody knows when he will wake up. Soon, another shocking truth is revealed. The vaccine that cured the zombie virus was actually created using Lee Jong's blood. Doctors discovered that Soo-Ah had bitten him many times over the months. Yet Lee Jong never fully transformed into a zombie. He had been so focused on saving Soo-Ah that he never even realized his own body was slowly fighting back against the virus. Over time, his blood developed a powerful resistance strong enough for scientists to create a cure. Later, Soo-Ah opens the diary that Lee Jong kept during her recovery. Inside, she finds photographs and notes documenting every small improvement she ever made. One page explains how she learned to blink again. Another describes the day she first called him Papa. Then Soo-Ah reaches a final heartbreaking entry written by Lee Jong himself. "No matter whether Soo-Ah fully recovers or not, I will always keep her by my side. I will never let her be alone." As Soo-Ah reads the diary, tears begin falling from her eyes. Then finally, several months later, something incredible happens. Lee Jong's finger moves slightly for the very first time since entering the coma. It is a sign that he may soon wake up and that their family might finally be reunited again. And with that, the story comes to an end. What would you do if the person you loved most turned into a zombie, but still remembered your voice and your love? Would you risk the entire world to save them, or let them go forever? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, share it, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell icon so you never miss any of our upcoming videos. See you in the next one. Till then, bye-bye, and take care.